Now on CoastTV News.
A potential parking fee in Milton, but local businesses worry they could be left paying the price.
If you enjoy a little shade on the beach, Dewey is recommending banning tents but keeping canopies.
Well, our sunny, dry weather continues, and it's going to be chilly throughout the night. Look at the change in temperature. We'll have my full forecast coming up to let you know just how frosty it's going to be.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Milton looking to find space for its growing community. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight in Milton, where the town's finance committee is considering a parking impact fee.
The details are still being worked out, but it's already raising red flags for downtown business. Is that impact fee could be tacked on to event tickets. The fee would be $1 for every ticket sold at events and a tax on a portion of sales from local shops and restaurants. Now, the town says the fee would essentially reimburse them for spending more than $500,000 on parking, but businesses don't agree.
Parking in Milton. It's not always easy, especially during downtown events. That's why town leaders are looking for ways to ease the parking crunch.
Essentially, what you see in the downtown in delineated spots is what everybody shares. And it's just getting overwhelming.
The town is floating a plan that would charge a $1 fee on each event ticket sold and a tax on gross sales for businesses. J.P. LeCap from the Milton Theater says this unfairly impacts them because that's the venue most people come in and park downtown for.
99% of who's going to be affected by this parking impact fee is going to be the Milton Theater.
But the mayor says the town is just trying to help and that nothing is final yet.
The whole idea of it is it's more or less looking at an impact fee and how the town is going to recover the costs to create the parking. That's all.
LeCap says even if it applies to everyone, the fee would put a lot of pressure on this small theater.
It would literally require us to rebuild all of the events that we already have next year. Add the $1 to every seat, every seat type, every event. That's going to be hours and hours of work.
As Milton looks to ease parking headaches, some local businesses are left wondering, is the cost worth the space?
Now, this proposal is being discussed right now. There's no decision at this time, but we are staying on this story for you tonight at 6 and 11. And this comes after the town recently approved a 33% property tax increase in its fiscal year 2025 budget. That's also the third property tax hike in 3 years.
Let's go ahead and take a live look into Ocean City right now. Got a nice little sunset starting to happen there over the horizon. And we need to check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, I heard you say chilly.
Chilly, frosty, and I'm not necessarily talking about something you get from a local, let's say, a fast food restaurant, okay? We're about to have a couple of those things. I mean, we're in the 60s right now, 61 in Milton, 65 Millsboro, and 61 in Bethany Beach. This is significant because, take a look at this, folks. We're about 9 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago, 7 degrees cooler, Georgetown and Easton, and 8 degrees cooler in Salisbury. So we have clear skies, which is great for the sunshine during the day, but we're going to be cooling off big time throughout the overnight. By the way, we're taking a look at what's happening with Milton. Now, Milton has now dropped from hurricane status, sustained winds at 70 miles per hour, gusts up to 65, and it's falling apart right now. Now, keep in mind, we are looking for this to continue to track out towards deeper waters and cooler waters, so we're not seeing that as an immediate threat for us. However, the hurricane slammed into Florida at its strongest hurricane ever so late in the season from the Gulf of Mexico. Now, as it roared ashore near the Keys as a dangerous Category 3, the storm then weakened to a Category 1. Ivan Rodriguez is in St. Lucie County, Florida, just one area where Milton's winds whipped up several lethal tornadoes.
This is the first time we've seen it this bad.
While all eyes were on Hurricane Milton's monstrous anticipated storm surge,
you can feel that tornado coming through.
A wave of fast-spawning tornadoes added to the storm's destructive impact in several cities.
We always prepare for the hurricanes. There's no way we could have predicted this type of tornadic activity.
At one point in St. Lucie County, 3 twisters hit the ground in less than 25 minutes, according to an analysis of National Weather Service data. Those tornadoes are blamed for several fatalities. a number that could rise as search crews continue to assess and clear damaged structures. Daylight hours Thursday are bringing the full scope of Milton's damage into focus. Some areas outside of the evacuation zones were not immune to the storm's fury.
We had people that evacuated here to make sure they were safe. These are people that live day to day, and they have nothing.
Some roads are still dangerous due to flooding, debris, and potential downlines. Do not risk it.
Milton's storm surge, though less than expected, still landed a powerful punch, with some areas seeing a surge of more than 5 feet over normal high tides. St. Petersburg experienced a 1 in 1,000 year rainfall, and Naples hitting their second highest watermark on record. Water rescue teams were busy overnight and throughout the day. As Milton moves out to sea off Florida's east coast, it leaves a storm-exhausted but optimistic state behind.
There's a lot of cleanup ahead of us, but we've done this before and we're going to do it again.
In St. Lucie County, Florida, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Now, in light of all that damage that happened with the tornadoes, I'm going to do right now what I call a storm autopsy, okay? Now, take a look at this. This gives you an idea. This is our tracker for the tornadoes that hit the different areas. You can see how it pushed throughout portions over towards St. Myers. Then we can see the outbreak of the tornadoes here. That was because when we talked about that northeast corner of that storm, how it was causing more ravaging storms and causing more damage. Now, not only do we track that with the tornadoes, and you can see how they began to pop in and populate and then begin to move with that storm. Then we take a look at our wind force tracker. Now, the wind force tracker, you'll notice we had more of the damaging winds that were actually on the eastern side from West Palm Beach, Fort Pierce, and all the way up towards the north throughout the timeline. And you see, these are all dealing with areas where we had over 40 to 50 mile per hour winds or worse. Then we have the coastal surge tracker. So we had the surge concern over on the western side near Sarasota, Fort Myers, and this is where we have concern. And this is, of course, right here over towards Tampa. So you can see overall, we have not only the western, eastern, and central portions all being ravaged as a result of what's happening with Milton. Now that it's out of the way, the cleanup, Maddie, begins.
In Dewey Beach, the town committee discussed banning tents on the beach, but still allowing those canopies. The concerns were about blocking the beach and obstructing views. People we spoke with today in Dewey fall on both sides of the discussion.
Well, I feel like as long as you're being responsible and courteous of other people, I don't think that anyone should have to tell you what to do. You should just be a responsible adult. So why not enjoy, your time at the beach, be protected by sun, and have a good time?
I just think that it's true. They can take off and kill somebody. There's spikes in the ground,
The next town council meeting in Dewey Beach is Friday, October 18th.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know which beach rule is most important to you.
Let's take a look at the results so far. Take a look at your screen and you can see 56% say pet rules. 34% say those tent and canopy regulations. 7% say noise control. Only 3% say alcohol restrictions. I guess they're not worried about that.
Not too concerned about that, it seems like. Now, these numbers may change. We're going to run this poll multiple times today. If you haven't voted, you can still do that at CoastTV.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
A day in the life of a first responder. That was the purpose of today's 911 awareness event. First responders from all over Sussex County spent the day speaking with children, showing them what they do. And as Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us, it was interactive.
A state trooper shows children what he has in the back of his police truck, walking through an ambulance simulator. Those were just some of the things at the 911 awareness event in Georgetown. The event has taken place every year since 2003, and Ricky Short, Deputy Director of Emergency Communication, says this educational event opens the children's eyes to endless opportunities.
We're bringing these kids in, and now they're seeing all the different agencies. Maybe I want to grow up and be a paramedic. Maybe I want to be a firefighter, Delaware State Police, or hey, my best, maybe I want to be a 911 dispatcher.
Children practiced escaping a burning home and saw how victims are removed from car accidents. Para-educator Beth Milam says teaching the kids safety and preparedness is most important.
Being able to come to this facility, learn from the people that know exactly what they should do, it's important for them to know because we never know when we might need to call 911.
The day was fun and interactive and even allowed kids to sit here in a state trooper's truck. First responders say they look forward to being a part of this event every year. In Georgetown, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
From first responders to colorful cars taking over Ocean City for this year's Endless Summer Cruising event.
This 4-day event showcases hundreds of different and unique cars.
From hot rods to classics, trucks,
and even some of the newest cars hitting the street, something one vacationer loves to see every year.
I just love coming to car shows and being around people and learn more about all the vehicles that they have and talking to people.
That gets the people going. The event will go on until Sunday night at $15 a ticket or $10 on Sunday. Get you into the parking lots to check out all those cool cars. Anybody under the age of 15, you get to get in for free. Still to come, America's inflation getting back to normal, but price problems do persist.
Sunny, dry weather continues on Delmarva, and are there any rain chances in the near future? We're going to take an analytical look at the possibility of drought in our neck of the woods coming up in mere moments.
First, on this week's Coastal Connections, we take a look at one of Delaware's Teacher of the Year nominees, what makes her stand out to her students, up next.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
I voted for Larry Hogan when he ran for governor.
I did twice. But Larry Hogan for Senate? I can't do that.
Because Larry Hogan would give Republicans control of the Senate.
Republicans could pass a national abortion ban.
More tax cuts for big corporations.
Republicans would have the power to name justices to the Supreme Court.
I don't want Republicans to have control.
I voted for Larry Hogan before, but no way this time.
I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I approve this message.
The Camry legacy is earned through decades of continuous improvement. For timeless cars and lasting memories. Right now, buy a Camry with 3.99% APR.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
It takes a big heart to shape little minds, but what does it mean to be a Teacher of the Year? Passion and dedication and a whole lot more. And in this week's Coastal Connections, Christina DiRobertis introduces us to one woman who is nominated for that award from the Milford School District.
It all started in an elementary school like this one. The wonder, the inspiration, and the dream of becoming a teacher.
It has definitely been my career goal forever.
Now, years later, Diana Dill, known most days as Mrs. Dill at Miss Killian Elementary, is in the spotlight as a Delaware Teacher of the Year nominee.
Go to school.
These first graders are her world, and Dill was in their shoes when she first realized she wanted to teach.
When I was in first grade, I remember vividly seeing the teacher and thinking it was so cool that she got to live in this place with all of these really cool things. Realizing that's not what teachers do, even though sometimes it feels like it.
For Mrs. Dill, teaching is not just about lessons and textbooks, it's about creating a space where every child feels seen, heard, and valued.
Teaching is not one size fits all, and as a teacher, it's our job to make sure that we give the students the support that they need, whether it's academically or social and emotionally, making them feel secure in the classroom.
These days, teaching comes with its challenges, larger class sizes and tighter budgets, but for Mrs. Dill, it's just part of the journey.
Well, as a teacher, you just have to find a way to overcome it yourself because there's not really a choice. Here comes the...
And how would the little ones describe their Mrs. Dill?
I did try this with some of my students, and I was pretty accurate about what they would say. I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm fun, I'm funny. Some students will even say that I'm strict, and I may be, because I definitely want to make sure that we're safe and following the rules.
The Delaware Teacher of the Year will be named at a ceremony on October 15th. A Milford teacher won in 2023. For Coastal Connections, I'm Christina D. Robertus.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Bass by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for Bass by Spicer Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, at least $16,000.
Senate candidate Angela Alsobrooks took advantage of tax breaks that she was not eligible to get.
Angela Alsobrooks' campaign says she was unaware of the error.
That's odd because all 4 mortgages were in her name on the D.C. property.
Alsobrooks owes $59,000 in back taxes. Alsobrooks isn't just dishonest on her taxes, she's dishonest with us. Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Builders, rental properties, and hotels. Reglaze your tubs and showers like new in just one day. Repair chips, cracks, or change the color. Call Hurl's Bath Repair for a free estimate.
It's the perfect time to upgrade your home's comfort with Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Now through November 30th, get up to $1,700 with Carrier's Cool Cash Instant Rebate on qualifying systems. That's right, big savings on a brand new energy-efficient heating system. You may also be eligible for a federal tax credit up to $2,000 with a qualified system. Get it done now and stay warm all winter long. Call Coastal Comfort or visit coastalcomfort.com, a Carrier factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hurricane Milton disaster. Could this be the storm of the century?
And how to make an SOS call on your cell phone even if the power's out and you lose service.
Next in Sun Edition.
Today at 5:30 on CoastTV.
Find your better night's sleep for less at Johnny Janosik's Mattress World. Shop the area's largest selection of the best name brand mattresses and find incredible savings on Beauty Rest Black, Serta iComfort, Stearns & Foster, Casper, and Kingsdown. And you'll sleep easy with free local delivery on premium mattresses. Plus, get a $300 MasterCard reward card on select brand purchases. For a limited time only at Johnny Janosik's Mattress World.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
We all enjoy sunny weather. I do as well. But you know, the lack of precipitation is now becoming a bit of a problem. I'll explain what I'm talking about during the mid portions of the forecast. Our Drytech crawl space camera in Ocean City, once again, beautiful. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful horizon, 62 degrees, by the way, and we'll drop back to about 55 under mostly clear skies for tonight. Now, think about this. Because it's been so clear, temperatures are dropping a little rapidly overnight. A bit of radiational cooling is occurring. We're down to 61 in Milton, 64 in Georgetown and in Millsboro. And just to give you a basis of understanding where we are, we're about 7 degrees cooler now than we were 24 hours ago in Georgetown, 8 degrees cooler in Salisbury, and 9 degree difference for us in Ocean City. So when you take a look at our expectations for tonight, we're going to drop down to 42 with starry skies, quite chilly actually, with the winds calm and the sky staying clear. Now let's talk about that clear pattern. That's actually allowing for a frost advisory to kick off near Cape May, where we are, when you cross over from Lewis. Well, it's going to be kind of frosty tonight there. In addition to that, it's going to become a bit breezy to the south from Ocean Pines down to Chincoteague, and then on the other side throughout the Chesapeake Bay area. That's where we're watching out for about 25-mile-per-hour winds, and with the temperatures dropping, that's going to be a cutting, uncomfortable wind. But we're clear as far as the upper atmosphere is concerned. The winds out of the north for right now, gust at about 13 to 19 miles per hour. The big story for us now is the bone dry pattern. Take a look. For the next 4 to 5 days in a row, we might get a 7% chance of rain. That's basically, from a statistical standpoint, nothing, nada. And here's the concern. We take a look at the drought meter. We zoomed in to give you a detailed analysis of what's happening throughout Sussex. We're looking at moderate drought from Milford, Seaford, Millsboro, Lewis. But we're looking for abnormally dry conditions already in Bethany Beach, Ocean Pines, but not just there. We widened the scope to cover all of Delmarva. We're looking at abnormally dry conditions from Ocean City down to Chincoteague, over towards Crisfield, and then over towards Easton, as well as over towards all those areas right along the portions of the bay. Now, as you take a look at the next 6 to 10 days, from the 15th to the 19th, you see that we're in that midst of drier than normal conditions. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic day with temperatures in the 60s, but the winds are out of the northwest, and that's a drying wind. So we're going to stay sunny, but we're going to stay dry. So we go into Friday, we stay dry. Not a cloud in the sky. Saturday, we stay dry. Warming up a little bit, but once again, we're so dry. Quick look at our apple picking forecast, because that's going to be nice. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we start warming from 70 to 79, up to 81. So once again, recreational weather, gorgeous. But precipitation, non-existent. Take a look at the extended forecast and you'll see we will warm to 79 and 81 on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be a nice warm day. But then we drop again dramatically next week and we still stay dry, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, it's Scoops and Scores. Then at 6 p.m., your game of the night. Bennett will take on North Carolina in football. At 10, it's CW Wrestling, or 1CW Wrestling. Your DSN Plus executives today, or exclusives today, are Stephen Decatur facing off against Easton in boys soccer. That's at 5:30. Also at 5:30, only on DSN Plus, you can watch Indian River play Woodbridge. That's boys soccer as well.
And coming up on Sunday Night Football right here on Coast TV, the Cincinnati Bengals will take on the New York Giants. Watch all the action here on Coast TV at 7 and join us afterwards for our hyper-local news.
And a quick reminder, for the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign, we support charities who handpick families in need, and they ensure every child gets a gift to open Christmas morning. We are accepting applications from those nonprofits through October 18th. Coast TV News will be right back.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
Be charmed by Lewis.
Visit our unique shops and restaurants.
The Brush Factory is the area's premier destination for the unique and unusual for home, garden, and you. Come support our 60-plus local merchants and artists.
Welcome to Lewis Brewing Company, your new local microbrewery. Enjoy fresh craft beers and a great local spot to gather and unwind.
We can't wait to serve you.
Savor the best of the season with fresh local seafood, farm-to-table produce, and well-aged prime Angus beef.
At Harvest Tide over the bridge in Lewis.
Lots to do and see.
In Lewis.
Join us for the Top 50 Sales Drive going on right now at Preston Ford. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, we're sure to have the perfect vehicle for you. Save big with 2024 models such as Escape, Mavericks, and Bronco Sports, all with options starting under $30,000. Check out the entire selection at PrestonFord.com. Purchase a Ford online and we'll deliver it to your driveway. But hurry in as the inventory moves fast during our race to the top 50 in the nation. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors. Like I said. Yes, Dad, like you said. Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
In consumer news, inflation continued to slow in September, reaching a 3.5-year low. New data Thursday says it's similar to what was seen in 2017 and 2018. The Consumer Price Index was 2.4%, according to the latest Bureau of Labor Statistics report. That's less of a cool down than economists were expecting, but they say it's headed in the right direction.
Social Security recipients will see their monthly payments inch up by only 2.5% next year. The steady decline in inflation limits the annual cost of living adjustment. According to the Social Security Administration, big picture for nearly 68 million retirees, monthly payments will go up by about $50 to a little under $2,000 beginning in January. The new payments will feel like a small adjustment compared to the 8.7% adjustment in 2023.
Switching to health news, a new study suggests COVID-19 could increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes up to 3 years after an infection. Researchers looked at medical records for 250,000 people. Those who had COVID-19 in 2020 before there were vaccines were 2 times more likely to have a major cardiac event compared with people who didn't test positive for the virus. If a person had been hospitalized for their infection, the risk was more than 3 times higher than for people without COVID-19. We'll be right back.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your Delmarva Chevy dealers.
Sussex Technical High School is a Mostville award-winning National School of Excellence, a national winner in career and technical student organizations, and home to state championship athletic teams. Earn both high school and college credits with our dual enrollment partnerships and train for career in one of our 19 technical areas. Sussex Tech uses state-of-the-art technology and offers AP courses and apprenticeships. Come visit our open house Saturday, October 19th. Presentations begin promptly at 9 a.m.
When my husband got sick, he needed full-time care, but I couldn't afford to be there for him.
Workers in Delaware were forced to choose between their paychecks and their families. It was wrong.
Sarah knew we had to fix this, so she met with everyone and listened. Sarah brought Democrats and Republicans together.
Being able to care for a sick child or partner without losing your pay, that's going to help a lot of people.
I'm Sarah McBride. I approve this message because bringing people together is how to get things done.
Your personal injury case, make sure you hire the right kind of lawyer. There are 2 kinds of lawyers, if lawyers and when lawyers. If you're talking to your friend and you say, if we win my case, I'm going to get a new car, then you know you've got an if lawyer. If you're talking to your friend and say, when we win my case, I'm going to get a new car, then you know you got a when lawyer. At my law firm, we're all when lawyers. If you've been injured in an accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
Our clear weather pattern continues for tonight. We'll drop down to 51, clear skies. Don't be surprised if we crack 40 in some areas. Our evening planner, listen, we're going to drop down to 48 by 1 o'clock and 46 by 3 o'clock. Our umbrella giveaway winner is actually Jeremy Hogan of Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstedt, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. One quick note before I throw it to you guys. Notice no rain. That drought pattern we're talking about, that's going to be our big story for the next few days in a row.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.